Welcome to Point to Point channel. My name is Rajendra. Today we are going to discuss about @1 to 1 unidirectional mapping. So in this video, I'm going to cover what exactly unidirectional mapping, and what is the significance of @join column, and what's the benefit of cascading here, and what exactly owning side and non-owning side. Okay. Without wasting time, let's jump into the coding. Yeah, just some time before I have created one demo project. Here you can see one-to-one unidirectional mapping. Okay, so here if you see, this is the pom.xml. Okay, so here I have web dependency and starter data GPI in order to connect with database. And here if you see, this is a starter test, and this is a MySQL connected Java. So this is a MySQL driver, so I'm going to interact with the MySQL database. Okay, and I have also added a Lombok dependency. Okay, so here if you see, this is the um, what do you say, this is the main application in which we have a main method. Nothing, I mean, this is a normal class. Okay, so here if you see, this is the test class. Here we don't have any coding. So here this is annotated with @spring boot test. Here if you see application.properties, nothing is there. Okay, so let's add few properties. Okay, so I have few properties handy here. Okay, so here if you see, so this is the MySQL database JDBC connection URL. Here test is the schema name, and these are the user credentials, and this is the dialect name. Okay, and this is strategy, this DDL auto strategy, I just opted update. However, we have different strategies: create, update, create hyphen drop. Okay, so these are the various strategies. Here in this scenario, I just opted update. Okay, and in order to see the SQL queries which are generated in the console, we need to enable this particular property, show SQL equal to true, and format SQL equal to true, in the sense, I mean, the queries will be displayed in a proper format. Okay, so we just added application.properties. Now it's a time to create entities and repositories. So to explain about this @1 to 1 association, let's consider employee and laptop relation. So in any organization, each employee can work on one laptop. One employee can work on one laptop, and similarly, one laptop can be assigned to one employee, right? So this scenario we can consider for one-to-one association, right? So let's create those two entities and the respective repositories. Okay, so here see, first create a package entity. Okay, so let's create two classes. Java class employee. Okay, so here let's annotate with @entity. Okay, so I mean, we need to annotate our employee class with @entity. So then only Hibernate will identify this class as an entity, and it will try to create a respective table in the database. Okay. So and similarly, I'm going to have @getter. These are Lombok annotations to have a getter methods, and similarly setter. Okay, and no aux constructor. Okay, and required aux constructor. So that I can have a constructor with my own arguments. Okay, so yeah, these are the required annotations. Now let's create a few columns here. Okay, private long id. Okay, so this id represents a primary column in the employee table, so we need to annotate with @id. And so generated value, here we need to give some strategy. Yeah, so here we have different strategies we have. I mean, identity, auto, sequence. Here I just opted identity strategy, so that MySQL database will take care of this primary key creation whenever we create a record in this employee table. Okay, let's have few more columns. Private string name. So right, private salary. Okay, so yeah, so these are the three fields: ID, name, salary. That's it. Okay, let's create a laptop entity. Okay, yeah, so I'm just copying these annotations. Why? Because these are required even for laptop also. Okay, and similarly, laptop also we do have the primary key. So let's copy this one also. Yeah, so every laptop has a bit what you say some model and some company, right? So model and similarly private company. Okay, so yeah, so now in laptop also we have created three columns, and in employee also we have three columns: ID, name, salary. Here ID, model, company. Okay, let's implement the serializable also. It's good practice to implement serializable. Okay, so let's do the same here also. Okay, yeah, we are good. Okay, let's create the repositories. Yeah, so employee repository. Here, do observe here I just selected interface. Why? Because this employee repository is an interface, it's not a class. So which extends JPA repository. JPA repository. So which is of type employee, employee and long. So here is a long. So this long is nothing but a data type of a primary key in the employee table, right? So similarly, one more repository, laptop repository. So here also we need to extend JPA repository, okay, which is of type laptop, and it is also having a data type of long for its primary key. Okay, so yeah, we are good. We have created two entities, employee and laptop, and we have also created two repositories, employee repository and laptop repository. Okay, so let's close all these classes. Yeah, now let's discuss about one-to-one association. Okay, here let me open these two entities. Okay, here till now we didn't have any association between employee and laptop. Okay, so now let's assume, okay, laptop laptop has one-to-one association with employee. So in that case, okay, we need to add private employee. So we need to annotate with at the rate 1 to 1 6, something like this. Okay, yeah, that's it. I mean, it's enough to add only at the rate 1 to 1. So employee. So what does it mean? So em employee has an association with sorry laptop has an association with employee. So that means whenever I pull a laptop details, so it will also pull respective employee details too. Now, if you see the employee entity, it does not have any association with the laptop. So that means if you pull the employee details, you don't have any option to pull respective laptop details. Why? Because employee does not have any type of association with laptop. right? So here, our objective is to discuss unidirectional mapping. So that's why I just added this at the rate one to one in the laptop entity, right? So here, okay, here you can see. Let me elaborate this one. You can add the same annotation even in the employee too. So here we need to change to laptop, and this is to laptop. So see, I can add at the rate one to one annotation even in employee entity and as well as what do you say, laptop entity. So with the help of this at the rate one to one, okay, internally what happens? Okay, so 1 second, it's showing some error. Okay, oh, at the rate is missing. Yeah. So if we add like this, okay, at the rate one to one laptop. So when we execute this application, in the backend, what happens, so Hibernate creates one new column, okay, with the name laptop underscore ID in the employee table. So that means this foreign, I mean, this particular laptop uh, acts as a foreign key column, which represents a primary key of the laptop ID, right? So now I can also add the same thing here also. See, here also. Now I need to change to employee. Okay. So now what does it mean? So if I add at the rate one to one within the laptop entity, okay, then laptop table is going to have a new foreign key column of employee underscore ID, okay, which acts as a foreign key column, okay, uh, for the employee table. Okay, so let's consider this particular scenario. So I just added at the rate one to one only in this laptop entity, not in the employee entity. Just identify here. Okay. So that means from now onwards, laptop is going to have association with employee. So we can happily pull even employee details of respective laptop. Whenever you pull laptop details, you can also pull respective employee details, right? Okay, cool. So yeah, let me add one more attribute, cascading. Cascade equal to cascade type dot all. Yeah. So what does it mean? So whenever you save a record into this particular laptop table, okay, of course we are we need to set this employee information within the laptop entity, right? So then automatically it will save the employee record also in the respective employee table. So that's the beauty of this cascading. So you no need to save employee record separately into the employee table, right? So those two operations can be performed in a single shot. Okay, so yeah, this is at the rate one to one. Yeah, so I guess I need to add this at the rate non-null. So non-null, yeah, 1 second, non-null, and here also non-null. Okay, so what does it mean? See, here I just considered required docs constructor, right? So whenever I create a laptop what do you say, new instance, so I just need to pass only these three arguments: model, company, and employee. I no need to pass this ID. So that's the beauty of required docs constructor, right? Similarly here also uh, I need to pass null and here this one, right? So I'm interested only in name and salary at the time of constructor creation. Okay, yeah. So now let's write few test case scenarios. So here, private employee repository, um, private laptop repository. Okay, so let's annotate with the rate auto while. Yeah, so let's create few scenarios. Now public void insert records. Okay, insert records. Okay, let's annotate with the at the rate test. Okay, so here I'm going to create instance for the parent entity. This is employee, employee, employee. Okay, so here let me add my name, Rajendra. Salary 75,000. Okay, yeah. Now let's create a laptop, laptop, new laptop. So let's pass inspire on laptop model and company Lenovo and employee. Yeah, so we are good. Okay, so yeah, here let me highlight one more point here. So since we have added at the rate one-to-one annotation in the laptop entity. So as I said, I mean, laptop table can have one more new column that acts as a foreign key column. So with what do you say, employee underscore ID or something like that. Okay. So this one we can treat it as a child table or child entity, and similarly employee one acts as a parent table or parent entity. So wherever we have a foreign key column, so that particular side we can treat it as a owning side, and the other side we can treat it as a non-owning side, right? Yeah, let's resume our coding. Yeah, so let's save this one. Save laptop, laptop. Yeah. So here what I did. So obviously we need to create a record for a parent table first. Why? Because later we are supposed to set this particular employee into this particular laptop, right? So that's why we have created a parent table record first. So finally, if you observe here, I just saved a laptop record only. I didn't save any employee record, right? So as soon as I save a laptop instance, so it internally saves this employee instance also in the respective employee table, right? Okay, let's add one more test case. Public void. Okay, insert fresh records, something like this. So let's annotate with at the rate test. Okay, sorry. Yeah. So if you notice in any organization, so whenever any new employee joins, so obviously um, he needs to obey a few rules. I mean, so in any it will take for him to get a laptop minimum of 3 to 4 days, right? So so until then, like that particular newly joined employee does not have any association with laptop, right? So that particular scenario I am going to narrate here. So newly joined employee, employee. Yeah. So here if you see uh, employee, employee, new employee. Okay, so here Manisha. Okay, name and 45,000. Okay, so let me save this record instantly. Okay, employee. Yeah. So when we execute this particular code snippet, what does it mean? So it will just create a brand new record within the employee table. So this particular employee whose name is Manisha, okay, does not have any association with the laptop. Okay. So similarly, new new laptop, new laptop. Okay, new laptop in the sense, I mean, we just ordered some 100 new laptops from HP. Okay, we just received all those laptops. So that means those laptops are not yet assigned to any employee. Okay, so I mean those laptops does not have any association with employee, right? So now laptop, let me prove that point. Laptop equal to new laptop. Okay. So here, what you say, uh, ProBook, ProBook HP laptops. Okay. And these are the brand new laptops. Okay. It does not have any association with any employee. So I'm just passing null here, right? Uh, okay. Null, right? Okay. Now let me save this particular instance laptop. Okay. So what we have done so far, so in the first test scenario we just created one employee instance, and immediately we also created one laptop instance, and both this employee and laptop are associated with each other. Okay. And in the second scenario, so this is the newly joined employee, which he does not have any association with any laptop, and this is a newly ordered laptop. Okay. So which is not assigned to any employee. Okay. So what do you say, let's run these particular scenarios. So before that, let me show you in the database. Okay. So here if you see, so this is my MySQL database. Okay. So just make sure you need to create a schema of test, okay, prior to your execution. So just don't forget it. Okay. Here you can see table, I don't have any tables. This is a brand new schema, right? Here you can see I'm just refreshing, right? Okay. Now let's run this particular test case. It will take a while, bear with me. It's just started. So as part of its execution, definitely it's going to create two tables, employee table and laptop table in the database test schema. Yeah. So here you can see, uh, yeah, yeah, it has created employee table. Okay. So I guess one is passed and one is failed. Okay. So what happened? Null pointer exception. Employee is marked non-null. Oh, okay. Not is null. Okay, okay. Okay, got it. So what does it mean? Okay, let me show you. Yeah, see here I just annotated with at the rate non-null, right? Even for this foreign key column. So that's why it's warning me. Okay, you annotated with at the rate non-null, but you passed as a null field here, null, right? So where this one, sorry, this one. So that's why it's giving you a error. So let me remove this particular at the rate non-null annotation. Non-null, I just removed. Okay. So then I need to do a slight modification. Okay. So null, null. Okay. So here laptop dot set employee of null. Okay. Yeah. So okay. Still, what's the error? Laptop dot set employee of null. Okay. Oh, here. Okay. So here also we need to pass like this, laptop dot set employee of employee. Okay. So yeah, let me drop these tables. Why? Because I opted the strategy as update. Okay. So otherwise it won't give accurate results. Yeah. So I just took these two tables. Now again, it's kind of a brand new schema. Let me run these two test scenarios once again. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, it has created laptop entity. Yeah, this time test pass two. Okay, those two test scenarios are passed. Now let me refresh. You can see two tables, employee table and laptop table. Okay, let me see the records. Here you can see in the employee table we can have two records. The first record with Manisha. Okay, here you can see Manisha. Okay, so this Manisha is a newly joined employee. Here you can see Manisha with the ID as one. Now, if you see in the laptop entity, okay, we don't have any laptop record which is assigned to Manisha. Here you can see this. What do you say? This we don't have any laptop. Here you can see null. Okay, we don't have any value with one. Now coming back to one more scenario. Okay, this scenario laptop. If you see this ProBook HP, okay, this is a newly ordered laptop. Here you can see, um, yeah, HP ProBook. Okay, this is the newly ordered laptop, and this is not assigned to any employee, right? So, and the first scenario here you can see, uh, yeah, Rajendra, and it is assigned to Lenovo laptop, right? Here you can see uh, Rajendra. So here Rajendra is having ID of 2. Okay, so ID 2, here you can see this is having ID 2 for Lenovo laptop. So Rajendra is assigned to Lenovo laptop, right? Cool. We are good so far. So let's create two more scenarios. So public fetch laptop record. Okay, so yeah, sorry, void return type, and let's annotate with a great test. Okay, so now laptop 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 repository dot find by ID. Okay, so here you see laptop with ID 2. I need to see laptop ID 2 is assigned to employee ID 2. Here employee ID 2 is nothing but a Rajendra, right? So I'm just passing 2L, and since it returns optional, I need to do get, right? Okay, so now asset asset equals, okay, equals, okay, equals. So here employee name Rajendra. Okay, um, let's see what is the laptop name. So here laptop name Lenovo, right? So let me pass Lenovo. Okay, so laptop dot get company. Okay, I think I need to import. Yeah, so write one more statement. Asset equals. Now let's examine the employee name laptop dot get employee dot get name. Okay, so yeah, let's run this particular test case. So I mean we are trying to fetch the laptop whose ID is 2, so that that laptop is assigned to a employee whose name is Rajendra. So we are just cross verifying those two uh, records values, laptop name and as well as employee name. Okay, so if it returns Lenovo and if the employee name is Rajendra, then the test case will pass. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, test case passed. Yeah, we are good. So let's see one more scenario. This is the final scenario. Public void delete laptop. Okay, delete laptop. Okay, let's annotate with the test. Okay, so now laptop repository dot delete by ID. Okay, the same record with 2L. Okay, I'm going to delete. Okay, so Then just to make sure whether it is really deleted or not, okay, I need to fetch the laptop of ID2. Okay, laptop. So laptop. Okay. So laptop repository dot find by ID of 2L. Okay. So basically it returns optional, right? So let me enclose optional of laptop. Okay. So now let's give a right appropriate name, laptop optional. Okay. Similarly, I need to fetch employee here, employee repository. Okay. And this is a employee. Okay. And this is employee optional, right? So now asset false. Okay. Laptop optional dot is project. Okay. And I think I need to import this. Yes. Okay. So similarly, asset false employee dot is project. Oh, sorry, is present. Yes. So what I have done, so I just deleted a record of a laptop whose ID is 2. So whenever we delete a laptop record, okay, it will also delete the respective employee record whose ID is 2, because we have added cascading rule here, right? So let's test this particular feature. So let's run. So once the test case is passed, so we can see in the database whether this particular record is really deleted or not. Okay, so let it finish. You see, test passed, right? Test passed. So now let's verify this. Okay, so you see, the record has been deleted successfully. So earlier we have a record with ID2, right? So that is deleted. Here if you see employee. So now I'm just refreshing. You see, employee record whose ID is 2 is also deleted. So right. So I guess we have covered almost all important scenarios of one-to-one association. So yeah, let me recap the key points of this one-to-one unidirectional mapping, right? So here, like I just added only at the rate one-to-one annotation, okay, in the laptop entity. So this acts as a owning side, which is nothing but a child entity, right? So the other side, employee, this acts as a parent entity or a parent table or a non-owning side, we can say. So here laptop is having only one-to-one association in a unidirectional with employee, whereas employee does not have any association with a laptop, right? So that's a representation of unidirectional. And one more key point, okay, here we can add at the rate join column, okay, join column, we can give some name equal to emp underscore id. So what does it mean? So this is purely optional. So if we don't add at the rate join column, basically Hibernate will create a uh, default name. See, you can see employee underscore id. So this is a new column which represents a foreign key column, right? So if at all, if you give at the rate join column, you can customize that name. Instead of employee underscore id, you can give any name, whatever you want. Here I have given emp underscore id. So then if you execute the application, here the name of this foreign key column will be changed to emp underscore id, right? So that's the use of at the rate join column, right? So yeah, and one more key point, cascading. So since I have added cascading in the owning side, so usually it's a good practice to add cascading at the non-owning side. That means parent side, parent table side. But here in this case, since it is a one-to-one association, that means one parent can have one child and one child can have one parent. So here it's okay to add cascading even at the owning side, child entity side also. So that means whenever I add a child table record, it will also add a respective parent table record in the database. So we no need to save separately that parent table record. In a single shot, it will be added. So that's the beauty of cascading. So I hope you liked my video. If you like my video, you can share, subscribe my video. Yeah, subscribe my channel. Thank you.